I'm tired of being Ghislaine Maxwell's bitch. Oh, that didn't come from me. That came from the prison she's at, which is not a prison, it's a camp, and a camp's not really even a camp, the one she's at, because she's playing with puppy dogs. But I don't even know where to start on this goddamn topic. This is so
Well,
crazy.
Jack, when I saw this, I was so fucking mad. I looked at this. We were at a camp. We understand. In fact, we actually had the puppy training program there, but it wasn't the way this is being laid out. But when you've got the fucking people from the camp saying, "Look, I'm tired of being Ghislaine Maxwell's bitch," you know how bad it is. She's getting things, computers. Her visitors get to bring computers in there. Jack, unrestricted access to the internet is what?
You'll get sentenced for that shit. That's a crime.
Right.
That's not even a policy.
Yes.
There are guys in camps, and I know one who was in the camp in Kentucky who got sentenced for having access to internet through a cell phone. And another guy tried to tap into the computer system. He got hit too. They got sentenced to more time. Not only is she not getting sentenced or yelled at, they're bringing it to her. They're bringing it to her.
Right. Right, and they're letting her visitors bring in laptops, and they said that her visitors coming through a separate door, whatever, they're escorted in. They get to bring, good food. No, this is all if anybody who's been to prison realizes, the visiting room, they keep a pretty good eye on it. You can get away with a little shit. I've snuck some tennis shoes in and shit like that, but I mean, this is serious shit. How in the world is our government this corrupt? And then they're saying, well, no, she's not. Nothing. There's no here, and yet they said she's working on her commutation on the computers that she wants to file with the Justice Department. What the fuck commutation is she talking about? I thought that was it.
Yeah. So if she gets a commutation for what she did, and she's a pedophile. You can say what you want to, but to me, if you're bringing him in to the guy so he can abuse them, these were young girls, enough to be kids. That makes you a pedophile in my book. But let's say she's not a pedophile. Let's just say she's the store for the pet. She's the shopping mall for the pedophile. She's the recruiter for the pedophile. That word pedophile is in each line, you noticed. And so if she gets commutation, you know where it has to come from. And do you think he'll do it? I think he will. And I'm going to ask the MAGA people, I hope you're watching, because if he does this, and you stand up for it, you support pedophiles, do you? You must. How I should
Well,
look
the
at it.
president obviously does, or he wouldn't be considering. And another thing, you're saying, let's just say she was just a procure for the pedophile. No, 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 no. I read some of these files. She was putting sex toys into these underage girls. Maybe they were 16 and had did it to themselves. I don't know, but she was ruining their life, and she was an active participant. So she wasn't just a procurer, but the fact that this is even that she can possibly get. Man, when we were in Jack, the only people that really got this kind of stuff, commutations and or pardons, they'd already been in 15 years, and most of them were women whose boyfriend was selling drugs, and they got caught up in it, and they got 30-year sentences or life sentences, and they weren't really involved in it. Nobody was getting them for this, and nobody was going to camp with this sentencing. And now it's turning out not only is she at camp, she's running it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I want to go back to this puppy comment because in some of the camps, like in Florence, Colorado, they have this puppy program. It's called. Camps are very liberal. Anyway, the program basically is so inmates can partake in training these dogs who after that are sent with some of them to injured vets and that type of thing. It's actually a pretty decent program. And that's what they do. So you got to get selected. There's a process by which you go through. And then they house you in a separate area. You train the dogs, and the dogs are taken and given to people who have a handicap or an injury or something. Like injured vets is the one I remember. Anyway, she's not training any dog, according to what I'm reading here from this place. She's playing. She just wanted to play with the puppies. I suppose in between being on the laptop and working on her commutation with all of her friends coming in and out, she's playing with puppies. Now, I told you camps are very liberal. Ain't that goddamn liberal. I mean,
Uh,
I
no.
can just imagine this camp administrator who's making these comments that being told by the whistleblower about he's tired of being her bitch, knowing that his choices are this. I've got to go along with it here, and I'll stay in a BOP till I get my pension, or I'll piss off the Donald, and the IRS will be on my ass. Well, there are no IRS people. He got rid of them. The FBI will be on my ass because she kept them, you know. But yeah, it's crazy. This and all the time we're in prison, and prison has crazy shit. It does. This is the craziest thing I've ever heard of, ever.
It's never happened, ever.
No.
And I've got 22 years in, people, and most of mine's for marijuana. I'm in on drug charges, and me and Jack had some benefits over at our camp, through the gym and the education, but we got them because we had been in a long time, and we actually made the prison work better for the inmates for recreation and education. So we did get benefits, but they weren't given to us. Them were things we figured out how to work the system. But actually, we were doing it. It helped the inmates. And I've been in with high powered, back in the day, real high powered. Back in the day, Michael Milken was one of the wealthiest men in the world. And that's back before the tech bros and financial guys and oil guys were the richest guys in the country. And Milken got an insider trading. He was Drexel Burnham. And he was there at Pleasanton. He was at the camp, but he ran education like you did, Jack. And he helped people get their GEDs. That was all he got. He didn't get meals. He didn't get a puppy. Then again, who knows? We might be seeing some puppy porn coming out with Ghislaine Maxwell for all we know.
You never know. Yeah, my question is, I don't know. I like to know how the hell she got there. This is not how she got to a camp with that type of sentence and that crime is beyond me. Beyond me. It doesn't happen. And then to get there, and just the fact she got there, I thought, well, she got it made now. No. Then they take it to another level where we've gone to BC, beyond camp, to this fantasy world she's living in. It's really not a prison at all. Not at all. I mean, I'm lost on this. And if someone wants to tell me there's not government corruption involved in this, then what is it? I don't know.
It's
This has to
just
come from the
corruption of
top.
the highest order. This is the
Yeah.
corruption of the
Wardens
highest
don't
order
make these
because
decisions. Yeah. Yeah. Wardens
no,
don't make these decisions. No.
the director of the
No.
BOP didn't even make this decision. Come on,
No.
Jack. They're letting her. She's working out. You know how we have our little workout areas for you people who don't know. In the cops, most of the places they have a fitness center for the cops. I used to clean it. I used to go over it at the pen. I'd clean it. Yeah, that was one of my jobs at the camp. And she's working out in their fucking spots, Jack. She's not working. She
Yeah.
doesn't even. They don't. She didn't even have to work out with other inmates. She gets to go use their shit. You can imagine how much all the COs just hate this bitch.
Well, someone made a comment to me. They said, well, maybe they're letting her do these secluded things so she isn't getting picked on. That's part of goddamn prison. Let me tell you how that works. If you go to prison and you put yourself in that position before you get in there, part of the prison system and part of your sentence is they're going to pick on your ass. You got ways to defend yourself or not, but they're saying, no, we can't have her getting picked on. I bet there's probably 25, 35, 45,000 other ones with similar crimes. Not as bad as hers. Hers is historic. But who are not as bad, who are getting their ass kicked right now, or getting picked on or told, you sit over there, keep your mouth shut, you ain't
Right.
watching this TV. Right now, all that shit. They're not getting it. Oh,
Well,
but
of
then again,
course.
they ain't got a stack of files that nobody can see.
Yeah, and that's why an assistant attorney general went in to interview her, and that's when all this stuff transpired after that. But
Yeah.
nobody seems to know anything about it. Oh, we don't know. No, she's not doing anything. It's usually and one quick thing that I'll just enlighten you on. Usually, when you get a good deal from the feds, it's because you're telling on someone. That
Yep,
you don't get a
exactly.
good deal from the feds to not tell on someone. That's
They
not
do
how the whole
now.
system works. Yeah,
They do now. Yeah, you're
yeah.
right. Those guys, and remember this, I'm going to go one more step in that. Talking about snitches, if you get on a compound and they find out you snitched on anybody on your case, how does that go for you in prison? Not very
Not
goddamn
good.
good. Not good at
At
all.
the very best, you're ostracized. You're not allowed to be in with the. I mean, that's like the least thing. And like I said, she's getting a deal for not telling. Hell, I should have got a deal then. I didn't tell. You didn't
Yeah, me
tell. Why the
too.
fuck didn't you get a deal?
I should have got a hell of a deal. I got a deal right up my ass on that for 15 years. I got sentenced more for not telling on people, and
Right.
she's going to get early for not telling. That's what
Yeah.
the deal. So we'll close
Yeah.
with that, and we're going to hop out of here. But I want you MAGA folks, hey, give me your comments, because by God, defend this position here. I'd like to see it. Even if she doesn't get a pardon or a commutation, explain this to me. And if she does, then I really want you to explain it to me. Tell me how the Donald's making America great again. Or is it making America Ghislaine again? Probably so. Jack and GT here from Fed Joints to Beer Joints. We'll see you soon.